Alright guys, welcome to class today. We are going to start off just sitting back on our heels. So come down to your knees, knees together, tops of the feet on the floor. Just bring your hands to your lap and start to take a couple of nice big deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose, maybe sigh it out your mouth on the exhale. Nice big grounding breaths, and then start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose for about a count of 4. Go ahead and curl your toes under, sit back on your heels. It's a pretty intense feeling on your toes, so if it starts to become too intense, go ahead and come back to the tops of your feet on the floor. On an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, drop your right hand over to the floor. Reach over with your left arm, feeling a nice stretch on the left side of your body, nice and gentle. Inhale through center, and on an exhale, drop your left hand over. Right hand reaches up and over, feeling that stretch on the right side. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale up. Exhale over, connecting breath and movement. Inhale through center and exhale. Left hand plants. Bring your arms down to your sides. Start to roll your shoulders back. So reach your shoulders towards your ears and then allow them to drop down your back. Do this a few times, nice and slow. And then maybe take it in the opposite direction. So roll your shoulders forward. Again, nice and slow movements here. And now start to move through some seated cat-cows. So spine rounds towards the back. Inhales, head lifts, chest lifts. Do this a couple of times, nice and slow. We're just starting to warm up. And then go ahead and release your toes. Give the tops of your feet a little tap. Feels really good. And from here, we're just going to come on down to our seat. Easy cross leg position. Sit up nice and tall. Really ground your sits bones down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand plants, left hand reaches up and over. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hand plants. Again, move through center. Drop it over to the right. Nice fluid motions here. Inhale up. Exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale through center. On an exhale, twist to the right. So you can bring your left hand to the top of your right knee. Bring your right hand as close to your seat as possible. Spine is long. Gaze out over your right shoulder. Keep breathing. Inhale through center, and then exhale, take it to the left. So your right hand can come on top of your left knee. Left hand is right at your low back on the floor. Again, spine is long, top of the head reaching towards the sky. Gazing over that left shoulder. We're going to release that. Reach your arms up overhead, and on an exhale, just start to forward fold, slowly walking your fingertips out in front of you. Finding some length in your spine. You can rest your head on a block. Or maybe your forehead makes its way towards the floor. And really ground down through your sits bones. Keep walking those fingertips out. Keep breathing into the pose. And start to come on up through center. Bring your legs straight out in front of you. Maybe give them a little stretch, a little shake, and then we're going to cross our legs once again, but opposite leg in front. Once again, ground down through your sits bones. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your time getting into this, nice and slow. Just allow your head to hang heavy here. Again, continue to use a block or let your head rest on the floor. Or maybe your head just hangs heavy here, it just kind of floats above the mat. That's fine too. Maybe give yourself a little massage. We hold so much tension in our neck and our shoulders. Just allow those muscles to completely relax. And then start to walk your fingertips over to the right. You're going to feel a nice, gentle stretch on the left side of your body. If your left hip starts to come up, just go ahead and ground that left hip back down. And then stay low. Start to walk your hands over to the left. Again, feeling a stretch on the right side. And if your right hip starts to come up, just ground that right hip down. Walk your hands back through center. Inhale, come on up through seated. And then we're just going to roll over into tabletop. And from here, we're just going to work on our wrists a little bit. So you can do this one at a time. Just flip your left hand over. Top of the left hand presses into the floor. Feel a nice stretch along your arm. And then switch sides. So left hand plants. Top of the right hand presses gently into the floor. Feeling that nice stretch. Go ahead and release that. And then we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to point them towards our knees. And you might want to walk your fingertips back just a little bit, like towards your knees. Start to sit back on your heels. Feeling a nice stretch along the fronts of your arms. And from here, we're going to move through some cat-cows. So on your inhales, you're going to lift your head and lift your chest. On exhales, your spine's going to round towards the ceiling as you press your palms into the floor. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. Do this a few times at your own pace. Connect to your breath and your movement. Breathing through your nose, in for a count of 4, out for about a count of 4. And then we'll meet with a neutral tabletop and just wag the dog. So scoot your right hip over, look over your right shoulder, move into your left hip, look over your left shoulder. Do this a couple of times. Warming up our spines in all directions. Start to walk your hands out in front of you. We're going to move into puppy dog pose. So keep your hips directly over your knees. Keep those hips lifted. Walk your fingertips out in front of you. Chest is melting towards the floor. Maybe you rest your head on a block here, or your forehead can rest on your mat. Maybe your chin comes to your mat. Keep those hips high. And just melt into the pose. Start to walk your hands back. Come on down to your forearms and your belly. Tops of the feet on the floor. Roll your shoulders back. On an inhale, press your palms and your forearms into the floor. As you inhale, lift your chest. Shift your gaze upwards, and on an exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Nice gentle movement here. Inhale, lift your chest. And now press firmly into your hands as you straighten through your arms, lift your chest. Maybe you shift your gaze skyward. Maybe you shift your gaze over your right shoulder. And then over your left shoulder. And then exhale, lower down. Reach your arms out in front of you. Big stretch, fingertips to toes. Lengthen through your sides. Inhale, right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Keep that leg straight and strong. Thigh is engaged. Point your toes. Keep reaching out of the right hand. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left arm lifts up, right leg lifts. Again, right thigh is engaged. Keep that leg straight and strong. Point your toes. Hold it here. And release. On an inhale, lift arms and legs together. See if you can keep your toes together, feet together, legs together. Really reach out of your fingertips, finding length. Hold it here. Exhale, lower down nice and slow, and just take a break. Left cheek to the floor. Maybe switch sides, bring your right cheek to the floor. Taking a minute to catch our breath. And then we'll bring our hands under our shoulders, lift your hips, sit back, take a child's pose. You can keep your knees together here, maybe take your knees out wide, fingertips walk out in front of you, sit back on your heels. Slowly start to come up, curl your toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal it out here, bending into your left leg, straightening into your right. Opposite side. Maybe finding some gentle movement with your hips, maybe bending into your knees. Pressing your heels down. Come on up to the balls of your feet, bend into your knees, and nice and slow start to walk your feet forward to meet your hands. We're just going to hang out here in a forward fold. So you can take your feet about hip width distance. Feel free to clasp your elbows, maybe sway from side to side. If your hamstrings are tight, you can always bend into your knees, resting your ribs on the tops of your thighs. Play around with this pose, maybe walking your fingers from left to right. And let your head hang heavy here, okay? So we're relaxing all the muscles at the base of our neck again, just like we did early on in that first forward fold. We'll take one more nice big breath here. And then bring your hands to the floor. Start to heel toe your feet out to the sides, about mat width distance. Heels turn in, toes turn slightly out, and then just start to bend into your knees, lowering your hips. You can stay here, maybe go a little deeper. Just go nice and slow into this pose. We're going to hold it here for a few breaths so you have some time to settle in. You can bring your hands to your heart, maybe press your elbows into your legs. Maybe finding some movement here, shifting your weight from side to side. You can extend your arms out in front of you and just play around with the movement. See how you're feeling. Start to lift your hips and walk your feet back towards each other. Ground down through the soles of your feet. Bend your knees and start to roll on up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, and we'll meet in mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale your arms up overhead and then interlace your fingers, release your index finger and reach over to the right. So you're going to feel a nice stretch on the left side of your body. Find length in your spine on the inhales, and on the exhales, reach a little further to the right. Come on up through center and then take it over to the left. You're going to feel that nice stretch on the right side of your body. Again, lengthening your spine. Come on up through center, and then start to lean back, look back. Nice and slow here. Push your hips forward. Inhale, come on back up to standing. Arms at your side, and we'll move through some sun salutations. So get your wiggles out and meet in Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, followed by the left. And we're going to hold here, top of a push-up. Shoulders over wrists, legs are engaged, pressing your heels back. Shoulder blades are spread wide. You're hugging your belly in. Okay, keep your hips lifted here, straight like a board. Okay, hang in there. We're almost done. Go ahead and lower down, all the way down to your belly. Feel free to take a cobra here or upward facing dog. And then curl those toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Pressing your heels down towards the floor. Your heels, like I always say, your heels might not touch the floor. That is fine, but we want to feel that sensation that we're working our heels down towards the floor. Keep your forearms lifted. Keep your hips lifted. Arms are straight and strong. Shifting your gaze to your navel. On an inhale, we're going to step that right foot forward, followed by the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands at your side. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step the left foot back, followed by the right, top of a push-up, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. And we hold down dog for 5 breaths. So you have some time here to make adjustments, and then we want to focus on the stillness in this pose. Take this time to focus on your breath. Are you breathing nice and slow and steady in through your nose, out through your nose? On your 5th breath, you're going to inhale, step the left foot forward, followed by the right. Chest lifts, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands at your side. We'll move through one more sun A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your chest, and on an exhale, press your hands into the floor. You can jump or step back and lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Heels press down, palms press firmly into the floor. Shoulder blades are spreading across your back, and you're gazing at your navel. Hold it here. Squeeze your belly in as you lift your hips. And then we'll bend into our knees. You can jump up or step up. Chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise on up to standing, and exhale, arms at your side. All right, feet, ankles, knees together. Deep bend into the knees. Arms reach up overhead, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, send it through. Arms reach up, inhale, warrior A. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. You can keep it floated as you lower down. Inhale up and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, step it through. Arms reach up, strong warrior A. Plant your hands. Maybe float that left leg as you lower down. Inhale up and exhale, downward facing dog. Palms pressing firmly into the floor. Lengthening through your spine, pressing heels down. Bend into your knees, hop or step forward, chest lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees, arms reach up, Utkatasana. And exhale, hands at your side. Again, inhale, Utkatasana. Forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, send it through. Inhale, arms up, warrior A. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga Dandasana to upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, send it through. Arms reach up on that inhale, warrior A. Exhale, plant your hands, lower down. Inhale up, exhale back. Bend into your knees, hop or walk up, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend into those knees, sit low, arms reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come back to standing. One more time. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, plant those hands, jump it back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg, send it through on the inhale, arms reach up, warrior A. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, send it through on the inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale, plant, step that left foot back, lower down. Inhale and exhale. Bend into your knees, jump up, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms reach up. Exhale, come on back to standing. All right, on an inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, plant your hands. You can step or jump back, lower down. Inhale up, and exhale, downward facing dog. And now go ahead and lift your right leg. Keep your right leg straight and strong, thigh is engaged. If your right hip starts to lift, just drop the right hip down so your hips are parallel to the floor. And we'll move forward, shifting our weight forward, crunching knee to nose for 1. And 2. Inhale, extend. Exhale, 3. And 4. Last one, big inhale. And 5. Go ahead and lower that right leg down. Feel free to pedal it out. And then you're going to lift your left leg. Keep that left leg straight, 3-legged dog. Again, if your left hip starts to lift, just drop the left hip down. Find that extension, and we'll shift our weight forward. On an exhale, crunch it in. And 2. Inhale. And 3. 4, crunch it in. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, crunch it in. Go ahead and release the left leg to the floor. Feel free to pedal it out here. All right, inhale, right leg lifts. This time, bend your right knee. Open it up so your right hip can lift this time. And then we're gonna send that right knee to our left elbow. 2, inhale, extend. 3, twist it out. 4, and 5. Go ahead and release the right leg down. Left leg lifts, bend the left knee, open up those hips. And then we're gonna send the left leg through, crunch it in, left knee to right elbow. Big inhale, exhale, crunch it in. And 2, 3, feel that twist. 4, last one, and 5. Left foot plants, send it back, bend your knees, take a child's pose. You can keep your knees wide, just walk your hands out in front of you. Really focus on sitting back on your heels. Maybe take a big deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth on the exhale. Just take a moment here and catch your breath. All right, go ahead and bring your knees together, sit back on your heels, and drape your arms along your side. Forehead rests on the floor, and let your shoulders melt towards your mat. Take another big deep breath here. And on an inhale, come on up to your knees. You can keep your knees a little wider than hip width. Bring your hands to your low back as we prepare for camel pose. Press your hands into your low back. Drop your head back. Start to look back. Keep your chest lifted, thighs engaged, but keep your hips pressing forward. Nice gentle back bend here. Focus on your breath. You can stay here or maybe bring your hands to your heels. And if you have your hands on your heels, really focus on pressing your hips forward. So if you were to let go of your heels, it would feel like your body would fling forward. All right, come out of that nice and slow. Make your way into child's pose, knees together, arms at your side. Forehead resting on the floor, shoulders melting. And then we're going to grab onto our heels. And from child's pose, you're going to hold onto your heels with your hands and start to tuck your forehead towards your knees, lift your hips towards the ceiling. You're going to roll onto the crown of your head. Keep lifting through your hips. Hold it here. And release it down. Bring your arms out in front of you. Come on up through tabletop. Curl those toes under. Take a downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg left. Step it through. Spin the back foot flat. Come on up. Warrior B. Strong warrior pose here. So shift your gaze out over your right fingertips. We want our chest open to the side of our mat. Keep a nice big deep bend into that right knee and press down through all four corners of the right foot. Pressing through the outer edge of your back foot, you're going to inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle pose. Left arm reaches up and over. Bicep is by your ear, feeling a nice big stretch on that left side of your body. Hold it here, and on an inhale, come up nice and slow, reverse warrior. Straighten through that front leg, move into triangle pose. All right, really reach up through your left fingertips towards the ceiling. Draw your navel in, twist from your belly. Keep those legs nice and straight and strong. Inhale, come on up, reverse triangle. And now pivot your feet so that the sides of your feet are parallel to the front and back of your mat. And we're going to bend into our knees for a little goddess flow. So just start by bending in, sitting low, shifting your weight maybe from side to side, finding some gentle movement here. And then take a little twist, dropping your right shoulder down. Come on up, switch sides, drop your left shoulder down, take a twist to the right, keeping that nice deep bend in your knees. All right, sit nice and low. Hands to your heart. Focus on your breath. Nice and still here, hold it. Inhale, straighten through your legs, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend into your knees, hands to heart. Inhale up and lower down. Inhale. Exhale, sit nice and low. Inhale up. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, bend into your knees, hands to heart. All right, go ahead and straighten into your legs and take a forward fold. Play around with the placement of your hands here. You can walk your hands behind you. You can rest them under your shoulders. Crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. If you're feeling a little tight in your hamstrings, you can keep your chest lifted. And just keep your legs nice and straight. Thighs are engaged. Top of the head reaching towards the floor. Hold it here. On an inhale, come on up halfway. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale to standing. Arms can reach up overhead. On an exhale, bind behind the back. Lift your chest, and on an exhale, begin to forward fold, hinging at your hips. Keep the bind. Squeezing your legs. If this is a little too intense on your shoulders, go ahead and rest your hands on your low back. If not, continue to pull your hands away from your low back, heads reaching towards the floor. Go ahead and release that, and then fold over your right leg. Maybe you move into a little twist, extending your right arm towards the sky. Take it over to the left, folding over your left leg. Again, maybe twisting it out, extending your left arm up towards the sky. Go ahead and release that. Bring your hands to your waist and inhale up to standing. Turn those left toes out towards the back of your mat. Back foot turns in about a 45-degree angle. Extend your arms to either side. Gaze over your left fingertips, setting up for warrior B. Deep bend into that left knee. We want our knee directly over our ankle. Pressing into all four corners of that front foot, pressing through the outer edge of your back foot. You're going to inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Right arm is reaching up and over, bicep by the ear. Maybe you bring your left elbow to your left knee. And continuing to press through the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten through that left leg and move into triangle pose. Right fingertips reaching towards the sky. Navel draws in. And we're twisting from our low belly, opening up our heart, our chest to the side. On an inhale, come on up nice and slow, reverse triangle. Begin to pivot your feet so that the sides of your feet are parallel with the front and back of your mat, and then turn your toes out slightly, heels in slightly, sit low for a little goddess squat. Bring your hands to your heart, keep your chest lifted here. Strong legs, focusing on your breath here. On an inhale, reach up, straighten through your legs. Exhale, press your hands to the side, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, press your hands to the sides. Reach up, lower down, once more, inhale, and exhale. Sit nice and low. Bring your hands to your heart, hold it here. If you want to play around with this pose, maybe start to lift your heels off of the mat and balance on the balls of your feet. And go ahead and release that, straighten through your legs, hands to the floor. Move into a forward fold, and you can reach for the sides of your feet or maybe your big toes. Bend in through your elbows as you pull yourself a little deeper into this fold. Maybe the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. Maybe it rests on the floor. Inhale, straighten through your arms. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, rise up, and then pivot to the front. Step to the front of your mat. Arms reach up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold. Take your feet about hip-width distance for Padangusthasana. Take your index finger and thumb and wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, lift your chest, and then on an exhale, forward fold. Hinging at your hips, keep your spine nice and long. Keeping a nice bend in your elbows. Top of the head's pulling towards the floor. Inhale, straighten through your arms, release your grip. Go ahead and slide your hands under your feet, palms facing up. Inhale, straighten through your arms, and then exhale, forward fold, Padahastasana. Legs are active, belly draws in. Hold it here. Go ahead and release your hands. Take a forward fold, plant your hands into the floor. Go ahead and step back with your right foot. Nice, big, long step, runner's lunge. Drop the right knee to the floor. Inhale, arms reach up. Anjaneyasana, big stretch through the sides of your body. Keep reaching your hands up towards the sky, palms together. Sinking a little lower into that left hip. Hold it here. Go ahead and plant the right hand. Back knee lifts, straighten through that back leg. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Shift your gaze up towards your fingertips. Press through that right hand. Left hand plants, right foot steps forward. Step the left foot back, big step, runner's lunge. Back knee to the floor. Inhale, arms reach up, Anjaneyasana, big stretch. Reaching your fingertips towards the sky, gaze at your fingertips. Sinking into that right hip, hold it here. On an exhale, go ahead and plant the left hand to the floor. Right hand reaches up towards the sky as you lift your left knee, straighten through that back leg. Staying up on the ball of your back foot, shift your gaze towards your right fingertips. Pressing through the left hand. Lower that right hand down, take it through a vinyasa. Once you get to downward facing dog, bend into your knees, and you can jump forward to your seat and extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to get ready for a forward fold. So ground down through your sits bones, extend your legs out in front of you, flex your heels so your toes are pointing towards your face. Inhale, arms up, and on an exhale, fold forward, grabbing your big toes with your index finger and thumb. With each inhale, find some length in your spine. On those exhales, just move a little deeper into the fold, nice and gentle. And then maybe wrap your hands on the outside of your feet, round your spine, and let your head hang heavy. Maybe resting your forehead in your shins. Come on up nice and slow, and then make your way onto your back. Moving into a figure 4, keep your left knee bent, left foot is planted firmly on the floor. Bend into your right knee and rest your right ankle on the top of your left thigh. You can stay there, or maybe interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, or maybe on the outside of your left shin, and pull your shin and your legs towards yourself. See if you can rest your shoulders towards the floor, head on the floor. Focus on your breath here. On an exhale, you can go ahead and release that. Extend your legs out in front. Give them a little shake. And then take that figure 4 on the opposite side. So bend into your right knee. Left knee bends, left ankle to the top of your right thigh. You have an option to stay there, or maybe interlace your hands behind your right thigh, or maybe take your hands and interlace them on top of your right shin. And then start to pull your legs towards your chest. Rest your shoulders towards the floor. Head presses into the floor. Again, focus on your breath here. You can go ahead and release that now, both feet to the floor. Bring your heels as close to your seat as possible. And we're going to lift our hips towards the sky and lower down. 2, 3, 4. Keep lifting those hips as high as you can. 6. Press your shoulders into the floor. 8, 9, and 10. Right leg reaches up. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze your glutes. 5. Press the heel up towards the sky. 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Switch legs. Left leg extends towards the sky. Press your heel up. 3, 4. Squeeze your glutes. Chest is lifted. 7. And 10. You're done. All right, nice job. Go ahead and give yourself a little hug. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest, maybe forehead to your knees. And now extend your legs out in front of you, feet about mat width distance, maybe a little wider. You can bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up, or maybe bring a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly, and take a few big deep breaths in through your nose, maybe sighing it out your mouth on the exhale. Just let it go. Release any tension you may have in your body. Go ahead and take rest. Take as much time as you need. Or if you need to, go on and get up and go about your day. But you guys, thank you so much for practicing with me, and I will see you next time.